Hello friends, this is Yogesh Popat and today again we are here with a very interesting topic that knowingly or unknowingly you feel in your daily life, and the topic of the day is inertia. So in this inertia we are going to discuss about the three different types of inertia: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction, and all these three kinds of inertia I am going to demonstrate you with the help of the interesting demonstration that I have here. So before proceeding to this topic, let us discuss about inertia. I will tell you the definition first and we'll see the demonstration. With the help of demonstration we'll try to understand all these three kinds of inertia. So inertia is basically the tendency, the inherent property of the body which resists to change its current state. That means the body does not tends to change its current state. Any of the body has this tendency to continue its current state, whether it is a state of rest, whether it is a state of uniform motion. So the tendency of a body will be to continue its current state. If a body is at rest, it will continue to remain at rest. If a body will be in a uniform motion, it will continue to be in a uniform motion until and unless we apply certain unbalanced force on it. Because the balanced force has the net effect on a body to be zero. If a force is balanced, then it will not affect the state of a body. Only unbalanced force will have a tendency to affect the state of a body. So what is inertia? Inertia is the property due to which the body tends to continue its current state, or the body opposes to change in its current state. बॉडी अपने आप के स्टेट को चेंज नहीं होने देना चाहती, उस प्रॉपर्टी को, उस इनहेरेंट प्रॉपर्टी को, उस इंटरनल प्रॉपर्टी को हम बोलते हैं इनर्शिया. ठीक है. तो अब इनर्शिया ऑफ रेस्ट, व्हाट इज इनर्शिया ऑफ रेस्ट, इनर्शिया ऑफ डायरेक्शन, इनर्शिया ऑफ मोशन. So one by one I have this demonstration and one by one I will explain you what is inertia of rest, direction and motion. So first you see this demonstration. I have this glass with me. I will just push it a little bit. I have this glass with me. I have this card also, the playing card, and I have this coin. So these three things I have: card, glass and coin. Now what I am going to do, I am going to keep this glass, I am going to keep this card on this glass and this coin on this card. When I will flick this card, this coin will fall down in the glass. Okay, this glass is there. On the top of the glass I have kept this card. On card I have kept one coin. So when I will flick this card very suddenly, if I flick this card, this coin will fall down in the glass. Okay, just see here. The coin has fallen down in the glass. Why? The reason is the tendency of this coin was to be at rest. The tendency of this coin was to be at rest. Again you can show. Again, you can see this. When I flick this card, this coin will fall down. See, the card has fallen down, it's flicked away, and the coin is in the glass. The tendency of this coin was to be at rest. So when the card comes in a motion, the tendency of this coin was to be at rest, and that's why it has fallen down in the glass. So this is what we call inertia of rest. The tendency of a body will be to be at rest until and unless an unbalanced force acts on this body. Inertia of rest is the tendency of the body which resists to change its current state of rest. That is called inertia of rest. We will have one more demonstration to explain this inertia of rest. If I take this wooden block, I will just show you. This table I am going to keep this little behind. I will keep this toy also away from this table. If you see this block, wooden block, and if I keep this ball on this wooden block, okay, in this demonstration we will see inertia of rest also and inertia of motion also. Okay, when I have kept this wooden block, and the ball on this wooden block, both of these are in a stationary condition at rest. But when I suddenly start the motion of this block, you see what kind of deflection or what kind of jerk this ball will feel. The ball has fallen back. The ball has felt the jerk back. Again, if you see here, if I suddenly start the motion of this wooden block on which a ball is kept, the ball has felt a backward jerk. This is what happens many a times when we start our bike suddenly. You must have felt this backward jerk when if you are a scooty rider or a bike rider or on the bicycle also. If you start your vehicle immediately, you feel a backward jerk. The reason is the inertia of rest. The tendency of the body, that means the tendency of this ball, is to be at rest, to continue its state of rest when this block or when your bike comes all of a sudden in a motion. And opposite is also there. When you are moving in a certain direction and you immediately suddenly if you apply the brake on your vehicle, you feel a forward jerk. Why? Because when you are moving in a straight line or when you are moving sitting on your vehicle, your body is in a motion. But when you apply suddenly the brake, the tendency of your body is to be in motion, and that's why you feel a sudden forward jerk. Again, you can see it here. Suppose if this block is moving, I have not started a very sudden motion. I am starting this motion very slowly. Now you can see here the ball has moved forward. Again, you can see here. I will just show you once again. See, the ball has moved forward and then it moved backward due to inertia. So what is happening? The ball is falling a forward jerk when the block is stopping suddenly. Again, I would like to show you once again. This time we will travel a little more distance. See, the ball has came forward. The ball has fallen in a forward direction. So this is because the inertia of motion. Okay, I have this trolley also here. With me. The same example we can see in this trolley also. Suppose I have kept this ball here. Oh my God. I think this ball is little difficult to keep on this trolley. Yes. If I start the motion suddenly, this ball must feel a backward jerk. The ball has moved in a backward direction. But if I move this trolley, let us remove this. The ball has it has felt a forward jerk. This is again due to inertia of motion. Okay, I have this toy also to demonstrate the same thing. Let me remove this part. and I will explain you with the help of the toy also. I have this toy here. I think this will be a little more clear to you. If you see this is a vehicle, and suppose you are sitting on this vehicle. If I start the motion of this vehicle suddenly, this toy will feel a backward jerk. I think this is little clear to you. This toy will feel a backward jerk. This is little heavy at this side, so maybe the jerk is not that much significant. The toy has felt a backward jerk. This is again because of inertia of rest, because initially both the bodies are at rest. When the motion of this vehicle started, this toy has felt a backward jerk. But when it is moving with a little significant velocity, and when I stop it suddenly, this toy will feel a forward jerk. This is again little heavy. If I remove this toy, and if I keep this Tweety on this, so this will be little significant to you. See, the Tweety has felt a backward jerk when the toy has started. See, the Tweety has felt a forward jerk when I stop this vehicle all of a sudden. So this is inertia of rest and inertia of motion. Many a times you have seen that when a passenger is leaving a running train, it is advisable to run for a certain distance if you are leaving a running vehicle, running bus or running train. The reason being is when you are moving with a running train or a running bus, your body is in a motion. But when you are coming out from that running bus or running train, the tendency of your body will be to be in motion only. So if you try to come suddenly at rest, you will automatically fall down, fall in a forward direction. So it is advisable whenever, although it is not advisable to move down from a running vehicle, but if it is the case, then it is advisable to move for a certain distance when you are leaving, or when any of the passenger leaving a running vehicle, running train or running bus. So this is again an example of inertia of motion. Okay, so few examples we have seen that you always feel in your daily life. The backward jerk will be felt when the vehicle starts suddenly because of inertia of rest. Forward jerk will be felt when you stops the vehicle suddenly. You must have traveled in a train and you must have felt these kind of jerks. Forward jerk and backward jerk. Backward jerk when the train or the vehicle suddenly starts because of inertia of rest. Forward jerk because of inertia of motion when the vehicle all of a sudden stops. Next is inertia of direction. Now what inertia of direction is, suppose you are moving in a straight path, and if some sharp turn comes, so you must have seen that the driver of the car or the driver of the bus feels a rightward or leftward jerk when there comes a sharp turn. So the tendency of the car or the vehicle is to move in a straight line, but whenever the turn comes, the jerk must be felt in the left or right direction depending upon the direction of turn. For that I have this, to explain this, I have this marker cap tied with a thread, and I will try to explain you this part also. Yes. Two demonstration I have for this. I will try to explain you with the help of demonstration again. Suppose this is the marker cap, and what I am going to do, I am going to revolve this. You must be observing the revolution. So what is this? This is kind of uniform circular motion. The cap is revolving in a uniform circular motion. You must have studied in chapter 1 of class 9 of of physics, motion in a straight line. The last topic was uniform circular motion. So this cap is moving in a circular format, in a circular track, but when I leave this, when I leave this cap moving in a uniform circular motion, it will go straight. It will not circulate after leaving. It will go straight at the particular moment or at the certain moment when I leave this cap. Okay, see, observe, try to observe. See, straight away. Again, you will be able to see. Straight. I have one more demonstration. This is a wavelet, and what I am going to do, I am going to keep this ball on this wavelet. So when I will release this wavelet, again the same demonstration is there, but with the help of wavelet. When I release this wavelet, this ball will not circulate on the wavelet. It will move in a straight path. Observe carefully. Straight. Just try to observe it once again. It will go straight. Okay, this in this direction, because the tangent gives the direction of velocity at a particular point. I will show you with the help of diagram also. Straight, straight. Okay, so this is the inertia of direction. The body has a tendency to move in a straight path in this case. So as soon as I remove the force which is responsible for uniform circular motion, the body will move in a straight path. Okay, I will show you with the help of this diagram also. I would like to show you, although I have explained you in the first chapter, that is uniform circular motion, but still I would like to draw this diagram again, and I would like to show you this part. Okay, suppose this is the uniform path, or the path of the uniform circular motion. So at this point, if you see, if a body is moving in this direction, in anti-clockwise direction, so suppose at point A you have to find the direction of the velocity of the particle, because if the body is moving in a circular path, as soon as we remove this force which is responsible for uniform circular motion, the body will go straight. It is moving tangentially. Two demonstrations we have seen here. One is with the cap, second is with the wavelet. So if you draw this tangent here at point A, this will give the direction of velocity at point A. If you take this point as B, the tangent at point B gives the direction of velocity at point B. So what is happening, actually the body has a tendency to move in a straight line as soon as you remove the force. That means from circular motion it is changing into a straight direction. This is again due to inertia of direction. I will not discuss about the centripetal force, centripetal acceleration, tangent, these things we had already had a discussion on the previous class. We had a discussion on this. So this is due to inertia of direction. And again I have this Newton's first law. This is law of inertia, which I started this class with this statement only. This is Newton's first law, or law of inertia. If a body is at rest, it will remain at rest. If it is in a motion, it will remain in a motion until and unless an external force acts on it. Body का state तब तक change नहीं होगा जब तक कि उस पे कोई unbalanced force act ना कर जाए. Okay, so this is all about today's class. We had a discussion on inertia. Inertia is the inherent property of the body, or it is a tendency of a body due to which it tends to continue its current state, whether it is the state of rest or the state of uniform motion. But you apply certain amount of force on that body, then definitely it will change, the force will change the state of a body. Okay, you must have felt this. We had a discussion, inertia of rest, the backward jerk you will feel all of a sudden due to the sudden start of your vehicle, but after some time you will come in motion. along with your vehicle, and when you stop suddenly you feel a forward jerk because of inertia of motion. Inertia of direction, we have seen that the body travels in a straight path when you remove the force responsible for uniform circular motion, or you must have felt the left or rightward jerk when you are moving in a straight line and whenever a sharp turn comes. So many examples are there for inertia we will look upon. Okay, when you beat a blanket with a stick, the blanket comes in the motion all of a sudden, but the dust particle falls down because the dust particles are at rest. This is an example of inertia of rest. When you shake the branch of any of the tree, so when you shake all of a sudden, the branch comes in a motion, because of which the fruit gets detached from that particular branch, because the initial position of a fruit is to be at rest. So this is again an example of inertia of rest. It is advisable to tie up your luggage on the roof of the car or a bus when you are traveling for a particular position, for a particular destination. If you are traveling, it is advisable to tie up your luggage on the roof of the bus or the car. Why? Because all the three kinds of inertia are possible. The luggage may fall backward, the luggage may fall forward, the luggage may fall right foot or left foot. Okay, so this is again an example of all three kinds of inertia. Okay, so this is all about inertia. You have seen the practical demonstration. I tried my level best to explain you this topic, inertia, which is very much related to your daily life. Okay, see you in the next class again with a very practical demonstration, maybe of any of the topic of physics. Okay, thank you so much. See you in the next class.